I'm Sarah.
And I'm Julie.
Join us for unbuttoned and unedited conversations.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Suspenders Unbuttoned podcast. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Julie, and we're excited to welcome Jaeda Lily Miller. Welcome, Jada.
Hello, thanks for having me.
We're so happy to finally have you here. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Season 12 has been an exciting one for you playing Allie. How has it been to kind of have these bigger storylines with so much substance?
It's been amazing. I really just love how we're showing Allie's character development even more and how Allie is coming into her own. She's becoming a young adult and she's growing stronger connections with a lot of different characters too. So it's been really exciting. Fun to watch back, reliving my memories, and very fun to film at the same time.
Yeah, Allie's had some great storylines, including got a birthday party this year. What were your thoughts when you first got that script for the birthday party?
I was so excited. I loved that we got to see, like I said, more of Allie and more of her character developing and more of her growing up and seeing how the town and how Nathan had to deal with that. He's getting older. And it was one of the last things we filmed in that vlog. So the whole time I was just looking forward to it. I was like, ooh, my dance. Yeah, I was not disappointed with how it turned out. It was great.
Yeah, it was so beautiful the way Set Deck had it all set up. And we talked to Elise Lee Rogers, and she talked about how she wanted it to have some Footloose vibes. Mm-hmm. So tell us about filming the dancing and how was that?
Yeah, well, Elise did an amazing job. Her vision was definitely done well. And about Set Deck, yeah, I had a joke where Allie asked Oliver to, hey, can you help me hang up the streamers? And then I walked in and I was like, yeah. I was like, wow, Oliver did with these streamers.
Oliver understood the assignment.
Yes, he did. I was very happy about that. But yeah, it was just magical. It was a great atmosphere to be in. I almost feel like it felt like a mini movie, even the entire episode, but that was the grand finale. And yeah, I just thought it was so good. But one of my favorite parts was when Oliver gets so sad because I couldn't see his face. So when I watched it back, I was like, oh, poor Oliver. But yeah, that was my favorite moment from that.
Oh, and I know whatever gift he had was so tiny, could fit right in his pocket.
Yeah. What's in his little gift that he puts right back in his pocket?
I know.
No, it's you're all just like, oh, poor Oliver. The puppy dog eyes. What is it with the Mounties and their puppy dog eyes?
I don't know. Maybe that's a job description thing. You have to have puppy dog eyes.
Must master the puppy dog face.
Yes.
No, but it was such a great scene. You said it looked so cinematic. The way Elise's vision is, everything was so cinematic, but I actually did a reel with the Footloose stuff and then the stuff from the party. And
yeah.
So it was just no, this is so good. It was so easy to splice together. And you did really feel like you were watching a movie.
Yes, and we had professional dancers crossing in front of us, and I don't even know. It was great. We had this giant crane at one point that was getting it all. I was like, whoa, this is super cool. So
Elise was really excited about the cranes. So the cranes.
It's always exciting when the big crane is out. It's cool.
I mean, something big is happening when they bust up the crane, right?
Oh yeah. It's worth it.
Yeah, but this season you also have some really wonderful scenes with Aaron. Tell us a little bit more about these. They're kind of emotional scenes this year between Allie and Elizabeth. Do you enjoy being able to get to do more of these deeper scenes?
Yes, I love it. I really like as an actor to be able to do these more meaty and emotional scenes for sure. Especially with Erin, because she's such a great actress. She's so easy to play off of. And yeah, like for the schoolhouse scene where I'm like, I'm glad. I came into that being prepared to do a more lighthearted scene.
Yeah.
And then Erin's getting all teary-eyed. And I was like, Erin, you make me cry in real life. Like, what? Yeah, so Mike, the director, came over and said to me, he was like, hey, like, if you're feeling something, just, like, let it happen. And I was like, okay, got it. And then that's how that kind of emotional scene came about, and that we could bring that to the audience through me just playing off Erin and Erin playing off me. So I loved
it. The drop at the end, though, was like, oh.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh.
Yeah.
No, that was so good. And, you know, be playing it more emotional. Everybody, there's a lot of not said in that scene. I mean, they've had a journey too. There was some strong emotions in that schoolhouse previously. There was a card that got.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Because she's like, and you know, like there's things between this, right? So. It like felt like they were said without being said, with it more emotional like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Jada, does that happen often for you, where you'll read a scene and kind of prepare for it one way, and then you get to set and you're filming and you're like, oh, this needs to go another way?
Sometimes, yeah, especially like sometimes I come in with a scene prepared and the director will be like, let's do like some other stuff. So you kind of just got to adapt and wing it on the fly. Like with the scene where I was with Oliver and we ate the cupcakes in the the barn. Yeah. I don't know, so many buildings. But when we did that, Martin, our director, he was like, I really want it to feel kind of more of a conversation. Just like between two friends, because at that point their relationship is kind of building more as a friendship. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, which is kind of not what I had prepared at the time, but I was like, Martin, you're so right. So sometimes you just gotta adapt on the fly and just wing it. And yeah, playing off of actors, it kind of just comes naturally. See what happens.
Yeah, and it turns out perfectly. Yeah,
exactly.
And Allie and Elizabeth have had a couple of other scenes too, including that birthday hair scene. I mean, the writers, whoever wrote, you know, to do the hair comb too for Allie, like it was so perfect. But you like had like a mirror moment too. What did you like about that scene?
I thought that scene was really good for Elizabeth and Allie's relationship, because it showed that even though Elizabeth is her teacher, at this point there's still something else. Even before she calls her Elizabeth, there's still like a strong relationship there building. So that was kind of like more of a building block for them. And I think it was kind of pivotal. And also because Allie has really wanted a motherly figure. And I think that Erin or Elizabeth was able to be that in the moment for Allie. So that scene was special for sure. I texted Erin after it aired. I was like, oh, I loved our scene.
It was so good. Like all the chats were blowing up, like how great the two of you were in that scene and how beautifully it was shot, and it just gave all the feels. And they've had, you know, like we said, they've had this journey, and they've always been more than just a teacher and a student, right? And you can actually just see them letting it unfold now.
Right. And it's fun to be able to watch it finally unfold. I think as fans of the show, and we've been watching for so long, we've been waiting for these little moments between them so they could actually say what they want to say and not keep that little guard up.
Exactly. It's been a long time coming. Allie has been rooting for Elizabeth and Nathan. She fixed them and made them come to her adoption. Like,
right. That scene was, yep. I invited nobody else, just you two.
You too. So
right. Iconic, honestly, in this series. Everybody knows that scene. It was like the right. But with that changing relationship, finally Elizabeth and Allie got to have that talk after things go a little wayward with Wyatt.
Yeah. Poor Allie.
But they do make a change in their relationship.
Yeah. I loved filming that scene. That one, it was just special because Allie's sitting there and she's so vulnerable with her guitar and everything. And she just really needed someone to confide in. And I think Elizabeth was there for her. And that's really important for her to have, is someone to talk to that stuff about. Not that she can't talk to Nathan, but like she said in the hair scene, she'd rather talk to Elizabeth about that stuff for that point. But yeah, I loved filming that scene. It was special.
Yeah. And it was a fun change in their relationship as the Grant Thornton dynamic is changing too, right?
Yes.
Right. We need to be able to see it change on all the different levels. So it was just a beautiful, beautiful piece to the puzzle. Let's talk about Nathan and Allie's relationship, because we've been able to watch that one grow and change as well. And in the past 2 seasons, in 11 and 12, you've had some really emotional scenes together. So tell us about working with Kevin and how those scenes might be rewarding to you as an actor.
Yeah, well, I actually said to Kevin this year, I was like, Kevin, Aaron is beating you in the amount of emotional scenes that we are having this year. You won last year, but Aaron is definitely winning so far. So yeah, I'm glad that I was able to have that dining room table scene where he tells me, no boy is worthy of your regard, of course. It's something about that dining room table that gets Nathan and Allie to be super emotional together.
Yeah, every time Allie and Nathan sit at that table lately, it's just been like the puppy dog guys are out and all the feels are out.
Good talk is going to happen.
If Nathan is cooking some food too, there's going to be a conversation.
Sure. But yeah, working with Kevin, I think because I've known him for so long and that we've got to be together for so many seasons, doing so many scenes together, I think it's really just allowed me to be vulnerable with Kevin and be able to get on that deep level. And I think, well, because we know each other so well, and Nathan and Allie know each other so well, so they should be able to have those conversations. Yeah.
Right. It's been really nice to watch Allie grow up, and then you grow there too. And then we see the change in the dynamic, and that's grown too. It's just brings some beautiful scenes to our screens, and we can see that work and that connection come through.
Yes, for sure. Kevin's great. I love working with Kevin.
Yeah, it's and we love watching those scenes. But yeah, kind of a newer scene partner has become Highland. Highland's been you guys have been in scenes more and more over the last couple of scenes. What are some of your favorite things about working with him as Little Jack?
Highland is just so full of energy and so fun. He's got this spunk to him, and he's excited about being on set, and he loves it, which reminds me of when I was younger growing up on sets. So I can relate to him and I connect with him, and we love to hang out together. What can I say? He's really fun. So yeah, we have a lot in common. We play games, and he even pranked me this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna get it back next year if he pranked me this year.
So how did you
hear it? Yeah, my boys are really into pranking, so I'm interested in this one.
He asked me candy, and he was like, "Jada, do you want a candy?" And he was all suspicious about it, and I was like, "Island, I don't know, like." Is this okay to eat? Like, what's going on? And then his dad took one for the team, took a candy out. He's like, no, it's fine. And he ate it. And I was like, okay. So I ate a candy, and my mouth was burning. It was a spicy candy. Like, he wouldn't even eat one himself. I was like, oh my goodness. My mouth was burning all the way from the row houses set till the time I got in my car and went home. I was
I hope he waited until after you were done filming.
You did. Yeah, well, I gotta get him back. I haven't gotten him back.
You do.
So watch out.
He must have been so proud.
Yes, he was. He was giggling. It was really cute.
He set you up. That's fun.
That's adorable. All right, let's talk a little bit about Wyatt and what that has brought to the table for Allie. So we get to see a little bit of the teen romance and heartbreak. Tell us about the Allie and Wyatt dynamic. What did you like filming with that?
I liked that Allie, I don't know, she had like this like schoolgirl kind of crush on him, right? And I liked playing that storyline because I think the heartbreak, a lot of people can relate to it. So I was hoping that people can feel for Allie and feel with Allie. And yeah, and don't worry, River, he didn't call me pigtails in real life. So we are cool in real life. But yeah, he kind of became a stepping stone for Allie in growing up, for sure.
Right. I did kind of love that Opal throws some shade to him about her bear.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers that scene. So,
Allie's just oblivious. She's like, what?
I missed the whole teddy bear thing. Boys were there. Right. But along with that, you are having Allie and Oliver have these ongoing adventures together. They're working together, and their storylines continue to interact as they're working through using maps and investigating where the cows can go. How fun has that been to have that storyline that goes over multiple episodes?
It's been fun. Working with Jacob was fun too, and we would always joke about how we always have maps in our hands from like here on out for like the rest of the season. So we're always carrying maps. Chris, our prop guy, he's like, well, here's your map again. I was like, thank you. Don't go anywhere without it. Yeah, but it's fun to see Allie like be super passionate about something too. And I think at first with Oliver, she was like a little uncertain about him. She was just like, yeah, we're just in forced proximity because Nathan is the character in common for both of us. But now Allie is realizing that they've got some stuff in common and that he can help her with this project. So yeah, strong friendship for sure. And who knows what else.
Yeah, but you were talking about in the barn doing that scene and how Martin changed the dynamic on that. But something, they address something that is very unique to them that they have in common, and not something that's really talked about last season we went on that journey for Allie to visit her dad, not her biological dad's in jail. Were you surprised to see that connection come through when the scripts came through?
Yeah, I was like, oh, no way, the same thing happened to Allie. And I was like, hey, this is going to strengthen their bond even more. Because when you do have something in common with someone, it's like easier to form a friendship there. So right now, I think they're building a really good friendship, and then we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I think it opened Allie's eyes a bit to being like, oh, he's pretty cool, okay, I can get along with this guy. So yeah.
Will we get to see some more conversations along those lines for Allie and Oliver?
Maybe. I don't want
to. Maybe.
You get to know each other more, though. Don't worry.
Okay.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you have played Allie you started in season 6. This is season 12. You talked about like literally all that time with Kevin, but we literally saw Allie tossing her lunch bucket to now she's the adventurous environmental activist. She's rallying the troops. She's not afraid to go ask the governor. She says, we're going to go ask the governor about this. It's the best little town. As an actor, that's a very unique thing to be able to tell a story over those kind of ages too. What do you love about being Allie for so long?
I think at Allie's root, she's still the same character. Yes, she's grown a lot, but she still fights for what she believes in. Like, even when she did toss the bucket back, she fought for believing that school was boring and she didn't want to go. So, yeah. And in season 8, she fought about her dad in the courtroom. And I think she's a rebel at her core too, with the trespassing this year and the skipping school. And I think, yeah, we just see it all tied together. She's still the same girl, but there's a lot of growth that's happened in between for her. So, yeah.
I do kind of think I'm going to go talk to the governor was kind of her bucket toss moment for for there, she's like, none of this stuff. I'm just gonna go ask what I can ask to the right person who's gonna make a difference because I know him. But if you kind of love that, right? She's very true to herself. Who Allie is at her core stays the same. How she can apply the things she knows is what's matured.
Yes, exactly. And sorry, Lucas.
But those have been some fun scenes with Lucas, Allie and Lucas, or Allie and Edwin. We love Eric now.
Eric was great. Yeah.
Yeah. He's so funny. A lot of the stuff he does off camera, like when he's not speaking, is just improv, and we're all dying. We're like, Eric.
No, he's fantastic. We had him on, and he's just super enjoyable. And so those scenes have been pretty fun. Just even people not open to Allie because of her age, Allie and Oliver because of their age, and I think that's something that a lot of teens can really relate to too. So those are good storylines.
Yeah, for sure. And teens being underestimated. I'll show you, Edwin.
Speaking of Allie's age, there was a lot of chatter around the fandoms about her birthday and turning 17, and maybe there was a year missing or added. Were you surprised that she was turning 17?
Well, I always thought that she was 1 year younger than me, so I wasn't like too surprised. At the time filming that, I actually was 17. I'm 18 now. I turned it, I think, a month or two after we filmed that. So I think I always did. Yeah, I think she was always a year younger than me, but I was also like, I don't think we've ever mentioned it. So I was unsure also. But yeah, so I don't know what else to say on that. But yeah, so I wasn't surprised, but I was like, okay, now I have confirmation.
Yes. Well, we all know time in Hope Valley is a little wishy-washy.
I think she's in grade 11 this year, though. Yeah.
Yes. Because she will not graduate. That's what we know for sure. Yeah. She's not one of the students graduating. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you can tease about Allie and Oliver for the rest of the season? So you already said they maybe have maps still.
I don't want to give anything away. Allie and Oliver have more adventures and they get to know each other better, but I think that's all I'll say. I don't want to spoil.
With a map. We'll just be watching for the map.
For the maps.
It's like Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be singing that song in my head. Okay, so Erin coined, that's like my daughter's childhood. Erin coined hashtag Oliver on social media. So how do you like having your own hashtag?
I thought it was cool. I've never been shipped with someone before. So I was like, oh, okay, Oliver, I see it. I wonder how long Erin had sat on that one for. I wonder how long she was holding on to it. But I laughed so hard when I saw that.
Yeah, and she was quick to tweet that. I'm like, well, there we go. Oliver's out there. Yeah. And Erin tweeted it, so it's feeling pretty real. It's one thing when the fandom just starts tweeting things out. It's another thing when Erin throws it out. But it's fun to get a hashtag and to see they kind of are having adventures right now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And right? And going places they shouldn't go or maybe shouldn't go. I love it when she goes past the trespass line. She's like, see ya.
Whatever. Like I said, she's a rebel, so.
It's like, did it really say trespass? Who's going to arrest me? I know the Mountie.
Yeah, come on. Like,
I'm getting in. That's funny. Now I forgot what I was going to say, though.
Wait.
I don't know. I totally had a thought to say that, and now I can't remember.
All right. Well, then I'm just going to ask, what is your favorite scene you've ever done on Wind Calls the Heart?
That is such a hard question.
You can give a few.
Okay. Acting wise, I really loved the scene on the porch with Erin, of course, and the last year's scene at the dining room table. Those are my two favorite I've ever done for the acting. As I said, I love emotional scenes. But it was actually one of my first scenes in season 6 when I come back with the fish and I get to Thornton for the first time. I did that one in the audition with Kevin. So when I actually got the part and we got to do it on set, it was kind of special because I got
she's got the fish, she's got her ball, she's like and then you tell Nathan like you got to work on your dad jokes.
I was like, Miss Thornton, she smelled like chalk, whatever.
Iconic, honestly. That episode there's a lot of just iconic things in that episode because that bucket toss is never going away. Skipping school, telling her she smells like chalk. There's some great lines in that one. Super fun.
It's perfect. It was the perfect audition scene, I think, and I love that it's your favorite because I think it's my favorite Allie scene as well. So
in the audition, it was the chemistry read after Kevin. As I walk off with the fish or something, he's like joking to me at the same time in character, and I was like, this guy's super cool. And then I was like joking back, so it showed that we had chemistry. I like.
How old were you when you first started?
I think I was 11, I want to say. 11, 10.
Yeah, because I think when Elizabeth asked, doesn't Nathan say she's 10 going on 17? Which she literally turned 17.
now Allie's 17.
Here she is, 17 now. So and we got a birthday party. That's a great audition scene, honestly. Like
it was great.
How much fun is that? Do you have a favorite location to film on set?
I like to mix it up, I think. But I really like it when we have a new set. Like the prison, they actually built that behind the barn. So that was cool because it kind of transports you somewhere else. And the soda fountain, of course, was a big thing when it came. And the hot springs, remember those? That was like actual hot tubs too. So I liked it there because it was warm. I was like, cool.
Yeah, the kids got to hang out there a lot.
That's right.
That's where Allie and Edwin's relationship was kind of like a battle.
Who gets to use the hot spring?
Yeah, who gets to use the hot spring?
The hot tub.
He was telling us he originally wasn't going to be there a ton, and then it just like he kept coming. He's like, "This is so much fun!" So we were excited to see him back again. And look at Allie and Edwin are still just kind of going at it.
Still battling,
What a fun character to have to do that with, though, right? He's such a fun character, fun guy. Okay, I remember my question, and it was about you're kind of playing the first teen romances on the show. So how does that feel?
It feels cool. I mean, I've never really done any like flirty things before, so it was kind of interesting to play. And I actually had to do a chemistry read with Jacob and River as well, so that was cool. I had like 12 guys come and flirt with me for 2 days. That was fun.
Hard days at work, man.
So it was cool.
That's really fun. So tell us a little bit about when you're doing chemistry read with 12 guys who are coming to flirt with you for 2 days. How does that work?
Well, I went and Mike, the director, was there for it because he was the first director for the block. And I would just go and I would stay on this side of the camera. Oh my gosh, that was hard to explain. I would stay on this side of the camera, and then a guy would come in. I'd shake their hand and be like, "Hi, I'm Jada," and then they would stand, and I would stand really close to them because I wanted to see how nervous they would get. And it was really fun. It's kind of awkward. Like you have to do the scene like standing like next to each other like this so the camera can see you, right? But it was super fun because I got to be on the other side of what an audition would normally be like. Yeah, and I never got to do that before. I did a chemistry read, of course, with Kevin, but I was the one testing chemistry with Kevin instead of the other way around, So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, did you enjoy being able to do the testing as opposed to
Yes, and then I would giggle with some of the producers and Mike after we would all giggle together. Yeah, it was fun.
All right, my favorite part is that you would purposely stand close just to
yeah.
see if they would get nervous. That feels like an Allie thing, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Be a little too close. No, but that's super fun and fun to see that. And then after you do all the chemistry reads, and then is there a discussion between everyone about who to
well, I would just kind of be like, he's cool or whatever. But yeah, so it wasn't really like super my decision, but
right.
We would kind of just like have a quick little ooh, and then move on.
That's funny. And did your favorites get the role?
Yeah, they definitely rise to the top, those two.
That's fun. They got to bring all the things. You got to bring the puppy dog eyes. You got to bring the hair game.
The hair game is strong. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a requirement.
Almost working the hockey hair there at. Right.
Yeah. Jada, is there a character on the show that you would really like Allie to have some more scenes with that maybe you don't get to work with?
Yeah, I've always said, I think I've said it before, Pascal, I think would be super cool to do more scenes with, because I think Allie and Rosemary, they're both very curious people, like Allie with her wildlife things this season, and Rosemary with the whole coin investigation, so I think it would be super cool for Allie to be like a junior reporter for Rosemary, is what I would say, so writers, if you're listening,
you need to pitch that, yeah.
I have more. I want them also to connect over. They are both daughters of Mounties.
Oh yeah, that's true. Good point.
Right? Yeah. So I always just felt like that was like a connection. Like there's always been this little writing that like Rosemary's like a big advocate for Allie. Like she really likes Allie and she's a big advocate. But I'm like, they're both Mountie daughters. Like that's something that is a connection just between them that's different than having been married to a Mountie or your dad's a Mountie. So that's a different connection to be a daughter of a Mountie. And so I was like, I got more there for you. Like,
sorry, yeah, continue.
You just keep throwing it all to them and let's make that happen, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, in a scene where or a storyline where they're like conspiring together would be really fun because
I think so, for sure.
Oh, they could conspire and you could be the junior reporter and go off and get the dirt and bring it back to her. Like,
like spies together. Yeah, I think it was super fun.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
I know.
I think that's a great choice. Plus, Pascal is amazing. And
yes. She's funny. We are laughing out loud when I watch it back. Especially the scene where they're telling Kevin how to walk. I wasn't there for that. So I'm watching it for the first time too, and I was laughing.
Yeah, we're not surprised. Let me just tell you that. When we were in Kansas City and we were taking pictures with Kevin, we were just there with the cast that was there. And first the guys photobomb us, and then Pascal is like, boom, boom.
Yeah.
She was hysterical. Like
very, very funny, very fun,
super sweet.
No, I think that's a great choice. And now I'm like thinking, oh no, this needs to happen. Like,
yeah. Well, who knows? We'll see.
Which writers are we talking to?
Pitch an email.
I don't know. Actually, we'll have to look at the list. Is there something? Let's talk about your costumes. Because we've watched Allie, her costumes have started to shift a little bit, but we've had that one romper, I think, for a lot of years, and I think Opal got it this year.
Yes,
right?
Yes. Yeah, the purple one. Is it the purple one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite costume, or maybe one that you really don't enjoy wearing? We won't tell Barbara that. Yeah.
Well, this year I think Allie's birthday dress was super special.
Yeah.
Barbara did a great job. She even we had a separate fitting for it to make sure it fit super well. And I was like, ooh, this is so 1920s with the drop waist and everything. Yeah, I love that one. I was also excited that Allie got new shoes this year. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I've worn the same shoes the past couple years because Allie would, but now that Allie's wanting to be older. She's gotten some new shoes this year. It's pretty exciting. But probably my favorite like everyday wear for Allie is either the blue dress that was like a pattern gingham, I think so, and then or Allie's pants, because I like wearing pants because they're more comfortable. But like the brown pants now, she's upgrading. The other ones got too small, unfortunately. But yeah. And also, I don't know, Allie's hair this year, after Wyatt calls her pigtails, now she's got her grown-up hairdo with part and everything.
No more. She's not pigtails. She's an older teen. She's in high school, and she's so now she's got hair. Yeah, that dress for the birthday party though, that was stunning. That was beautiful. Yeah. Also, that was kind of a fun scene with like the little bit of a fight where Elizabeth has to moderate between Allie and Nathan over the birthday party, and then they're just like, "Forgive the ghost."
The emotion switch right there. Yeah, that was
spectacular. Got my way. Thank you.
It's realistic though. Like that's how. Right?
That's how it goes.
And also, I thought it was funny. I thought it was fun that the girls designed the dress and magically got it back later that episode.
You.
Yeah. Is there a storyline that you would like to see happen for Allie?
Well, like I said, the junior reporter thing with Rosemary would be cool, but I am excited to see where Allie and Oliver go. I'm excited for the Hardys to see it, for what happens this season, and who knows, hopefully season 13, we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the potential for storylines is absolutely there, especially with Oliver being a cadet. A little uncertain about how that process is gonna go. I'm just like, how does that go? I guess we'll see.
Hopefully we get to see. Yeah. Jada, we know you are a very busy actor. So what else do you have kind of going on at the moment?
Well, right now, I'm just auditioning, and then if another thing comes up, I'll let you know. But it's the first time in my life. I graduated this past year, so I don't have any school to do. So, I'm open. It's cool.
You've done a bunch of voice acting in the past. Is that something you'd be interested in continuing to do?
Oh yeah, for sure. I still audition and do voice stuff all the time. Yeah.
Right. No, I think it that's a fun thing. Like there are actors that do lots of that. In the Hallmark world, Lacey Chabert still does voice acting too. She's got some iconic things. It's a fun additional thing to have in your resume.
Oh yeah, for sure. Do creatures or whatever. Yeah, it's cool.
What's the favorite character you've ever voice acted?
Oh, probably this character Mindy. She was from the show Ready, Jet, Go. She was like a 4-year-old girl. And I can still put on the voice if I have to. We just did a movie a couple years back where I had to like go super younger. But yeah, probably her, just because I played her for a while.
Right. Yeah, no, that was a great show. That was a PBS show.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I learned a lot about space. I did. I remember it? Not really. But at the time, I learned a lot about space.
That's funny. Do you have like a dream role or a dream project that you would want to do?
Ooh, that's a hard question. I don't know. I've always loved Stranger Things, so maybe with that. That's super cool. Yes. I know that show's ending. I'm so excited for the last season. Anyways, but a fantasy movie I think would be really cool as well. Super cool. Well, honestly, I have my dream role right now, basically. Being on a show that can go and run for so long. Yeah.
Right. I mean, we've talked to actors who are like, their dream is to get on a series because the work and the ability to develop a character over time. So how old were you when you first started acting?
When I first started acting, I was 6 years old. Yes.
And what was the first thing you were on?
I actually worked with Siobhan on my first guest star was on Some Assembly Required, and she was the director. And I was like, hey, when I saw her years later. But I also did a guest star on, I think, Untold Stories of the ER was my first one, I think.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was a big show.
We're going way back.
Yeah, they had to always tell some new story every week, so they needed new people to come in. I watched a lot of them. There's a chance I saw you there.
I'm not really surprised.
You were tiny when you were in Erin's movie.
Yes, the Cookie Cutter Christmas. Yeah, I've known her for forever, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And we've talked with Terry Ingram, and he raved about you. It was Terry.
Yeah,
right?
Terry for
Terry,
the movie with Wes Brown, Under the Stars. Love Under the Stars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was so fun. I got to live in Victoria for like 5 weeks. We filmed that there. It was super cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he just raved about you when we had him on. He was talking about that movie. We happened to be talking about that movie, and he goes, "Oh, Jaeda Lily Miller was in that, and she was amazing."
Oh my God!
Got everybody to tears behind the scenes. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, he was an amazing director. I love that. I love that in that scene where I'm bawling my eyes out. He gave me the space to be able to do that. Like while they were setting up, I was just sitting on the bed being sad, like getting it ready. And then when he saw tears falling, he was like, "Okay, everyone go fast. Come on, we got to film this." Yeah.
I love that. No, Terry is great. And yeah, he's just so genuine. And he just had lots of great praise for you as a young actor there. He was like, "Oh, she's spectacular."
Very sweet. Oh.
Yeah, we enjoyed that very much. So
yeah, it was a lovely story. Jada, would you like to play a game with us?
Yeah, of course.
It's not really a game.
Yeah.
You just get to tell us. Yeah, you can give one answer or you can give more than one answer if you'd like. There are no limits to this game.
Right. You can go on a tangent. You can tell a story. You can do whatever you want. Let's start with a rom-com. Do you have a favorite rom-com?
Ella Enchanted, probably. My sister and I watched that all the time growing up. I love that movie. Yes.
That's a fantastic movie, It's so good.
It is.
What's your favorite thing about Ella Enchanted?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe just the magic it makes you feel, And I always love the scene with, I think it's the ogres or giants. Yeah, that was a super cool scene. Because when you're little, you're like, what's going on?
Right? No, that's a great rom-com.
Yeah.
And still, like, kids still watch it, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
How about your favorite movie of all time?
It hasn't changed for a while. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
No.
Every time I see that, people laugh, but it's so good.
It's so good.
It's like all the music, and when the girls like dance fighting, I'm like, yeah, come on, get it. Yeah, hilarious. I love that movie. Yeah.
Was there, I'm going to pivot a little bit, and was there a movie or a show or something, like what made you, I know you come from a family, singers and lots of talent, but what made you want to act? Like, did you watch something and say like, oh, I want to do that?
I saw my parents doing it because my parents are both voice actors. And so when I was 5 years old, I said to them, I want to do what you guys do, but I also want to do it with my whole body. And so I started auditioning, and it started when I was 6. I got my first part, and off from there. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
and you haven't stopped since. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love how you said, I want to do it with my whole body.
Not with my voice.
That's very smart.
That's very smart. Yeah.
It is. Do you have a favorite food?
Burgers. I love burgers. So good.
Do you have a place that you like to go, or?
I went to this place called, I think it's called Roma's Burger Bar. I'm not sure, but I had the best. It was like a mushroom, like arugula burger. I don't know. I've never forgotten about that burger. I really need to go back soon because every time I have a burger, I think about it. So
you think about, that's how you know it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that place located?
I think there's a couple different locations. You could probably just search it up and see. Yeah.
Any burger with mushrooms on it is a yes for me. Yeah. Do you have a hobby that you like to do when you're not acting?
I have lots of hobbies.
Yeah.
I play the drums. I play guitar. So that's my musical side. I also love to play Call of Duty with my dad every night. We play for an hour at least. It's our bonding time.
I love that.
Yeah, and I really like to read too. I'm really into fantasy novels for sure.
Ooh, so what are you reading?
Right now, what's it called? Okay, have you ever read The Last She? It's really good. Okay, it's really good. I think the fourth or third. I think it's the third. The third book just came out, so I'm currently reading that.
Okay, The Last She. Okay.
Yeah, write that down, Julie.
What
Julie and I like to read
recommendations from
fantasy
Jada
series
right
as well.
there. Let's jump to that. And then music. Do you have a favorite artist or a favorite song or something you're currently listening to or band or all of the above?
Well, my parents really tried to educate me in like all forms of music.
Yeah.
My dad, especially, growing up. So my
That's his
family,
job, right?
yeah, my family's a really big fan of the Beatles. I love the Beatles.
Okay.
Good, and I'm a Swiftie at heart. I have to be. For Taylor Swift, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get to go to the concert?
No, I didn't. I know.
That's a bummer.
I watched the movie, so I feel like it's
Right. So do you have a favorite Taylor Swift song?
That is so hard of a question. I don't know if I can answer that.
You have a few.
Okay, I do have a few.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, I of course love the classics, Love Story and You Belong With Me.
Yeah.
I might just have to leave it at that. Okay, my favorite album by her is Speak Now, and I really love Cruel Summer is a classic as well. I don't know, those are so popular, so I feel like they're kind of basic, but like those are kind of the best ones. So like to me at least. Yeah.
The reason they are popular
is because they're so good. Yeah.
Right. There's a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's like it's fun when like the NFL has the players coming out and they ask them to start singing the lyrics and they can all sing them like it's popular, right?
Yeah, that way it's popular for sure.
Right.
Love that. This has been really fun.
Yeah, this has been so great. We're so excited for Allie's adventures and to watch you bringing so much great things to our screens. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure, and you're welcome back anytime.
All right.
And hopefully, if we get a season 13, we'll have you back for that at least. Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for watching or listening. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.
Bye.